Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers on the broadcast today. Will you get all your stuff in time for Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween? Mary Lau joins us. She's president and CEO of the Retail Association of Nevada. Here for the whole show on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
MAGA extremist Sam Brown has repeatedly supported efforts to ban abortion without any exceptions for rape or incest. Before moving to Nevada, Brown ran for office in Texas, where he supported the ban that had the toughest restrictions in the country, and he strongly supported overturning Roe v. Wade.
On issues of life, that is a non-negotiable for me.
Sam Brown's extreme far-right agenda is wrong for Nevada. Wynn Senate is responsible for the content of this ad.
As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
Story County is leading Nevada. Home of the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, Google, Tesla, Panasonic, and other world-leading companies. Story County provides thousands of tech, advanced manufacturing, and logistics careers for Nevadans. We're diversifying and driving Nevada's economy and generating millions in tax revenue and billions in economic activity across northern Nevada. Story County is leading Nevada's future.
Retail's impact on Nevada's economy? Enormous. 8,600 businesses, large and small, employing 145,000 workers. And last fiscal year, retail paid tax on nearly $60 billion in sales. We're the Retail Association of Nevada. We support retail, we help it grow, and we mean business.
RANNV.org.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we're always pleased to welcome back to the program Mary Lau. She is the president and CEO of the Retail Association of Nevada. Pleasure to have you back on the program as always.
Thanks, Sam. Nice to be back.
So let's start out with the top of the news, which is the dock workers strike. We got Christmas coming. We've got Halloween coming. What are your concerns at this point?
Well, fortunately, the West Coast isn't out, and a lot of material was diverted to the West Coast, but they can barely keep up with it anyway. And some people were ordering really, really early. Other than that, we're messed up beyond all recognition. The longer this goes on, it's exponentially backing up, and you don't just fix it. It's kind of like when the dominoes start falling. At what point in time do you try to pick them up and keep the rest of them from falling? So you're going to have to reset everything. Supply side economics is so just detailed and works just like this little greased machine until it doesn't. And then all of a sudden you're back at it again. And it's not going to be good economically or anything else. And then you're going to get blamed for store shelves being, not having everything in stock, having to order, etc. But the public knows what's going on too. So it's a mess. Other than they don't have a problem with it.
Politically, some folks are calling it the October surprise.
Well, everybody keeps talking about the October surprise as if it's going to affect Trump. I mean, that was Hillary's big thing. We've got a October surprise coming, which is probably the Jack Smith docs. But in this case, that's a mess. But if they really thought about it as being an October surprise, you would think the Biden administration would have jumped in the middle of it and said, oh, hell no, we're not going out on strike. We've got to settle this. But it's been lukewarm so far. Of course, we all know that Kamala has been running the country and she's been campaigning, so I haven't been able to focus on it. But it's a mess. I mean, I kept continually getting, Brian Wachter and I, continually getting all these notices going, if this happens, this will happen. If this goes on, this will go on. I mean, we've signed more letters in conjunction with cooperative efforts trying to get something done on this. And I don't know. I mean, it's an amazing time to be doing something like this just before a campaign. You've got Boeing going out when they still, we have to send Elon Musk has to bring their people back. And these strikes, I don't know that they're well thought out at this point in time, unless they're trying to get stuff done in case there's a regime change.
Well, it just seems it doesn't make any sense for so many of these more liberal-oriented unions, and there are some that aren't, but for the majority they are. Why they're going against their own party at this point in time? It doesn't seem to make sense to me.
I don't know. Maybe they're looking at the polls and not as comfortable as they thought they were, and that's strictly speculation. But if they think it's going to be a Trump administration again, they probably want to get things done before the election. But they also are impacting the election. Right now, even somebody dropping off a postage stamp and forgetting to pay for something is election interference.
Did you by any chance watch the debate? As we're taping this, it was last night.
Absolutely, I did. Mm-hmm.
And what did you think?
I was thinking maybe they should have been running for the first seat instead of the second seat. It was interesting to watch. They were very, very well poised, very well educated. Once again, J.D. Vance was able to articulate everything very, very clearly. He never stopped to write down notes. He never had a pause in his speaking, and very rarely even showed inflection. Waltz wasn't quite that articulate in what he was doing, and he had to refer back to his notes and had to what he wrote down. They didn't bring notes to the podium, but they were allowed to have a pencil and that kind of stuff. So he was trying to match talking points with inflection, with attitude. But they actually both did a very good job, and it was respectful. That was fun.
Yes, and yeah, I would agree. I thought that was a very good point for both of them. Let's change things to our Senate race here. Jackie Rosen, Sam Brown. Where do we sit at this point, in your opinion?
Rosen's going to win by 6.
Wow.
I haven't seen anything out there to tell me differently. And of course, there's this opinion that the polls are slanted to make you believe what they want you to believe. But our polling is not slanted in any way, shape, or form like that. It's like, what do you believe? And everybody has the chance to write down what their thoughts are and everything else. And I don't see anything that's convincing me it's going to go differently.
Did you see in your previous polls a higher number for Jackie Rosen, that it has dropped back, or has this remained consistent?
That's just off the top of my head. She may have been higher up or anything like that. I'm just, some of it, everybody's kind of creeping up or creeping down, or there's like lots of changes. But as the election goes, so goes Jackie. So I'm the one coming off with 6. That's not based on our polling numbers.
On the presidential election in Nevada, are you seeing from your polling Donald Trump still ahead?
Slightly. Everybody knows how much it changed when when Kamala ended up being the nominee, and it still has created a great deal of confusion, without having the process to get her nominated other than a Zoom meeting. And So people were watching that, but it was refreshing to not be Biden. And then all of a sudden now some of that's changing down. I'm not sure if the Waltz debate yesterday or yesterday evening doesn't affect people's thoughts on her too, because he did such a better job than she does that it's going to be interesting to see where it goes. And now that Nate Silver is no longer with 538 and there's diversity of polls out there, it's just like, I'll let you know by December who our president is. And I'll be pretty accurate then.
Do you have concerns about people staying home and not going and voting?
I think there's some of that there. It's kind of a mess. It's probably absolutely the worst time to ever make up your mind to stay home and not vote, because there is so much dependent upon not just the public itself, but look at our ballot initiatives and everything else. We do need the public showing up. And, I mean, it's not a right. It actually is it's a responsibility to vote, but it's becoming like a board game. Well, that's my opinion of question 3 anyway. But it's like this big board game that who can manipulate what to be the winner, as opposed to strategic and careful thought. So I think people are getting disgusted. Washoe County just made a big boo-boo and sent out a postcard. And then the postcard had personal identifying information on it. I think they thought they were doing the right thing, only include the last 4 digits, only include this, only include that. Some of the stuff they don't understand is those are easily breakable codes. And if people didn't send that postcard back, it's going to prohibit them from voting by mail. But so does that mean they're going to show up in person instead? Now, I had one friend that put hers in an envelope, so I'm not putting that out in the postcard. And I have another friend that had a slip and fall and broke her arm. She can't sign. Right. So then those are literally one person out of how many 100,000. But it's created confusion and it created more disaffection.
So my understanding of this is if you don't feel your signature has changed, you don't have to send the card in. It's only if you feel that your signature has changed.
Okay, I don't live in Washoe, so
okay.
Was it articulated that if your signature has not changed, it's not necessary?
Correct. So
it was on the postcard?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And I will apologize to them.
Well, what was interesting too was that it appeared to come from the Secretary of State's office, but as you say, it actually was from Washoe County. And presumably it's from the counties across the state, not just here. So I'm not quite sure why the Secretary of State.
Well, the registrars that would do that. It wouldn't even be the county, I'm assuming it would be the people responsibility for conducting the election in the county.
Yes, and be honest with you, I'm not sure what the exact address was on the label, but it did say Washoe County, which of course the registrar's office would be a part of Washoe County. You brought up question 3. Tell us your thoughts on question 3.
Well, I can't use that language on the air, Sam.
Well, you can. We just have to bleep you.
It's a shell game. That's my opinion completely. And going back through the various states where they're running this, I mean, it isn't even a Nevada entity that's coming. It's coming across various states and stuff. They're trying to change the way voting is done. But this idea of a ranked choice, and if you don't get more than 51 or 50.1% or whatever, you're not the winner. And then there's this game that says, well, actually, you should come in second place because then you're going to get the votes from the people that didn't score enough to do any good. But then I voted for number 5. now all of a sudden I'm voting for number 4 instead. You're moving my vote, which is pretty much what they did on the Biden and Harris thing, but you're moving my vote to somebody else. And it doesn't indicate any form of fairness or anything else. It doesn't solve the problem of, so you want to run as an independent, then how do you get there to do it? None of this stuff, it becomes this confusing mishmash of stuff. Alaska is trying to take it away now, but they don't know if they can all get all the ranked choice. I don't know if that one's going to be ranked choice and how it works, but I have never heard any state, be in Alaska, because I have personal friends there, that like the system. And it's where is the P and which shell is it under? And that's what it reminds me of. You can get assigned to another candidate and you didn't vote for them. So what are they really trying to solve?
Well, here's the bigger thing for me, which is, and it's not that I disagree with you, but it's the bigger thing for me is that there's been so much question about election integrity over the last several years that, we're just adding to that. And that's why my concern is that people are going to stay home because they're just going to find this too confusing and they don't trust the system and therefore they won't vote. And what do we end up with there? Not a good situation.
Well, I don't know if there's been a fall off in Alaska for voting, but I do know there was great discontent at the last time it was the last election, and they're having to do it again. But it's going to have to, if it passes here, this is the second shot, I think, and then
yes.
it amends our Constitution, which I am absolutely and adamantly against. And what are you really trying to solve? You go through caucuses, you go through primaries, you go through all kinds of stuff, and absolutely people will get voting suspicion and voting exhaustion. I mean, you're trying to vote for Sam Shad for something, and all of a sudden, Mary Lou, Brian Wachter, Piper Brown, and KJ Smith are on the ballot. And I voted for Sam, but he didn't get enough votes because we had these other people shelled in. They're not even legitimate candidates sometimes. And now they got to run again. I mean, it's a moneymaker for campaign consultants and media. Sorry, Sam. I mean, you sit there for advertising and stuff, but who does it really benefit?
Well, I think open primaries would be beneficial. The ranked choice, not so much. But we're going to have a debate on the program here in a couple of weeks to give both sides of this, and so we'll be able to have a better discussion.
Oh, good. I'm glad because I hope people vote it down, and that's just my personal opinion.
Okay, let's take a break.
It's opinion, and it's everybody else I know's opinion.
Let's take a break. More with Mary Lou and her opinion when we come back.
They want us to believe we only have 2 options. That's just not working anymore. I've never been a follower. I'm a businessman and entrepreneur. I'm ready to forge a new path to secure our future. One that keeps Northern Nevada free, fair, and wild. A path that means freedom for all, including affordable housing.
I'm Greg Kidd, and I approve this message because I'm not from either political party. I'm for Nevada.
Welcome to the Winnemucca Big R.
Hi, I'm John Walker. Welcome to Big R Lovelock.
Hi, I'm Rich Martin. Welcome to Fallon Big R.
My name is Braden. Welcome to Big R Fernley.
Hi, I'm Kelly. Welcome to Big R Sparks.
Save money and take transit. Did you know you can ride the bus all day for less than what it would cost you for a gallon of gas? Plan your trip now by going to rtcwashoe.com.
Fantastic cocktails and delicious food. It's a good time to eat. Over 500 hot slots, plus electronic table games.
It's a good time to play.
player rewards, and big-time jackpots.
It's a good time to win.
For 50 years, Nevada Heating has been keeping people comfortable in their homes. At Nevada Heating, call the do-it-right guys and get the air conditioning back on today. That's the Nevada Heating way. Why sweat for days on end when Nevada Heating can get your air conditioning fixed today? Call us today and we'll fix it today at 323-5585 or schedule us on our website at nevadaheating.com.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Mary Lau. She's the president and CEO of the Retail Association of Nevada. I just sprang this on you, but Rick Vallada had a great article in yesterday's Las Vegas Review-Journal talking about how Harry Reid Airport in Las Vegas is going to expand Terminal 1 from 39 to 65 gates. That kind of answers the question of what's the stopgap between that and building the new airport at Ivanpah. But you travel a lot to Las Vegas. What do you think about a massive expansion like that?
Well, you can't expand the hallways. Going to other gates and stuff right now, getting through there is very difficult. They've not solved the problem of the taxi lanes and the buses and the Ubers and all the various forms in and out. And of course, it's like, all right, so you're going to put a Boring Company in where you can take and get away from the airport right away and not have to be involved in that stuff? I don't know. But they do need to do something. I mean, we're at capacity now, as far as at certain times you can hardly even get into Las Vegas. But it's going to be a mess. I mean, and have the airport under construction. Good luck, Rosemary, to find a quiet time when you can do that, because it's busy all the time. It does make sense because it is going to need to be bigger as a stopgap measure. But when Ivanpah is built, or whatever the name will eventually be, does that make this huge airport too much? I don't know.
That's a great point. Let's take a break. We'll come back. More with Mary Lau after this.
Pro Group Management is the place where companies can find workers' comp solutions that are designed to meet their specific business requirements. As regulations evolve, Pro Group takes a proactive approach to clear the path to make sure your business stays ahead of the curve. Knowing your workers' comp program is optimized, you can focus on other important matters related to your growing business. Pro Group Management, workers' comp that works for you.
Early in the morning or throughout the night, professional truck drivers are on the job, serving you, safely moving freight that's crucial to our economy. From the oldest industries to our newest innovators, from the exotic to the everyday, trucks are everywhere, moving everything. Never afraid to embrace a future that makes Nevada and our nation stronger. Trucking moves America forward.
What do you count on? You count on your power every day. At NV Energy, we've always powered what's important to you, but we're not looking at the past. We're focused on the future. While our standards are high, our rates will remain low. And our commitment to renewables isn't just meeting standards, but leading the way. Because you can count on more than just your power. You can count on the company who brings it to you. That's our promise. You can count on it.
The Nevada Builders Alliance has been protecting the interests of the construction industry for over 50 years. Our programs save members thousands of dollars every year and allow them to provide much-needed benefits to their employees. Our industry also allows Nevada to grow. If you're thinking about a career in the construction industry, reach out. And if you haven't thought of a career in construction, what are you waiting for? We are the Nevada Builders Alliance.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Mary Lau. She's the president and CEO of the Retail Association of Nevada. Mary, with the interest rates dropping, how are you looking at Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas as far as retail sales?
Well, it is projected to be up, but now we've got the strike going on. But most of the Halloween stuff is already in. The Christmas stuff is already in. So you're going to be able to see a volume of sales connected to those two holidays. So the difference in the other stuff not being here, that's going to be a wait and see thing. But Christmas, Halloween, I think we're going to put out a bulletin on that, an economic bulletin on it. NRF is predicting a good Christmas season and stuff, because with the interest rates down and stuff, more people are feeling comfortable. But the problem is that there has been so much money spent on credit cards to just get by that all of a sudden you're looking at things that you want to do for your family and for the holidays, but you're maxed.
And that's where we have. That's where we have to leave it. Mary Lau, always a pleasure to have you on the program. If only I could get some opinions out of you, that would be great.
Oh, I know. I just don't know what to talk about.
Thank you so much for being here. We always appreciate it, and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
Imagine a magical garden that feeds Carson City's hungry and homeless, teaches our high school students agriculture, creates hanging floral displays to beautify downtown, and yet charges nothing. It's not magic. It's the Greenhouse Project. It's real, it's growing, and it needs your help. Go online to carsоncitygreenhouse.org so together we can grow it forward.
Here on 7 at 7, we're bringing you the local headlines in just 7 minutes.
We've got you covered in the morning, evening, and for all breaking news in between and as it happens.
Life is busy, and we don't waste your time. Join us for local news now streaming on our YouTube page.
Carson Valley Inn, it's your place for the good times. Carson Valley Inn.
Modern boutique Ahern Hotel and Event Center sits at the heart of the Las Vegas Strip. 2 floors of meeting and event space are ideal for groups and conventions. Stay in one of 200 luxurious rooms and suites. Brand your event throughout the property. Flexible event spaces make for easy planning and personalization. Take over the entire hotel with a full buyout option.
As always, you can watch Nevada Newsmakers 24 hours a day on various platforms, including television, radio, our website, audio and video podcasts, YouTube. If you want to find the show, you can find it pretty darn easily. And we cover politics, business, health, and education. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next podcast.